Jill has hair that's beautifully full and lively. So does Rebecca. Jill's hair is styled with natural ingredients. Rebecca's is too. So, who uses Suave aloe vera mousse and who pays twice as much for Clairol herbal essences? It's kind of hard to tell. Suave, don't you look smart?
Inside every can of Minwax is the secret to enhancing wood's natural beauty. Minwax rich wood stains and long-lasting protective finishes make it easy to turn any house into a beautiful home. Minwax makes and keeps wood beautiful.
Lesson 1.
Stilvoll.
Stylish.
Kraftvoll.
Powerful.
Was für ein Auto ist das?
What kind of car is this?
Introducing the all-new 240 horsepower Accord from Honda. Wie haben Sie das geschafft?
How did they do it?
You work on it.
You think on it.
You play on
it. It was kind of like this dream I'd always
had. Comforting. You entertain on it.
You use it. You spend your life on it. Shouldn't it be the furniture you've always wanted?
And now it's easy with the Simple Finance Plan, only at Ethan Allen.
Hey guys, meet the new guy. Hey. Hi, I'm Bob Holtkamp.
Hey, help yourself to some snacks.
Speaking of which, you know what would taste good about now?
Yeah, a big, hot and juicy cheeseburger.
With everything.
I can almost taste it.
Telling me, if there are places to get a hamburger that good this late, I'd not only drive, I'd buy.
Really?
Wendy's classic hamburgers are made fresh, so they're always hot and juicy, so you can eat great even late.
You must be the new guy.
Yeah, thanks.
Wendy's, it's better here.
This week on an all-new Tonight Show, Jay welcomes Ewan McGregor, Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, and Dennis Miller, plus the music of India Ari. Your local news is next.
Coming up, hundreds of ruggers descend on Montana's muddiest game, and how much more mud will this rain bring? We'll have your forecast. Plus, setting a 75-year-old music maker up to sing again. All that and more, your news at 10 starts now.
You're watching NBC Montana, the news leader. This is the news at 10.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us this Sunday, May 4th. I'm Gina Titus. Mud, blood, beer, and bruises tackled Western Montana this weekend. Gail Price has a look at Maggot Fest.
The only thing fiercer than the play is the brotherhood, because at Maggot Fest, camaraderie always wins out over competition.
You get to socialize with all the other teams, and you play against them, but afterwards, you're friends with them.
The Missoula All Maggots Rugby Club hosted their 27th annual tournament. For many players, Maggot Fest is a long-standing tradition.
You see people here that you see once a year, but they're just like your brother or your long-lost college friend or something.
The atmosphere brings teams from around the nation and players from around the globe.
This event is known far and wide, all over the globe, and the rugby community is pretty tight-knit anyway, but everybody in the world knows what the Maggot Fest is.
36 teams came from across the U.S. and Canada, and individual players traveled all the way from Australia and Japan. But wherever the players came from, they were sure to have fun.
It's the best time of your life.
For NBC Montana, I'm Gail Price.
The Missoula Maggots lost to the Loggers today 21-15, but the University of Montana Jesters won all three of their games. The Best Play on the Pitch award went to the Loggers, a team of players from across the Northwest, and the team with the best attitude went to the all-women's team, the Hornets. Well, the rugby players were in a lot of mud this weekend. Let's take a first look at our forecast with Justin Sacher. Justin, how much more rain can we expect?
Well, we're not going to see anything more like we saw today. It's not going to be very intense like it was in a few places. If you take a look at the radar right now, you can see that rain's falling all across the state of Montana, but we're actually looking at two separate systems. Take a look at the rotation on some of those areas of rain. You can see more intense on the eastern side of the state, where temperatures are cooler right now, but near our side of the state, one area of rain that's passed through today. This is what brought those heavier showers through the past few hours, and it's still pretty heavy in many places right now. Toward the southwest, a lot of that's falling as snowfall. So we're going to keep our eye on that, and I'll tell you just how long that's going to last. Back to you, Gina.
Thanks, Justin. Some political leaders on the Blackfeet Indian Reservation say the tribal constitution must change to fix the tribe's justice system. The background on the story is the Bureau of Indian Affairs took over police duties in February after major complaints were filed against tribal police. The former Blackfeet chairman says the part of the problem is the tribal council has control of the courts. He says courts should be separate entities from the council to avoid political influence. The tribe's current chairman says the attempt was made before to overhaul the system, and the tribe needs to separate its executive and judicial branches to move forward. Well, American Indians could be hired to log national forests next to their reservations. Montana Representative Denny Reberg will add an amendment to a national wildfire bill. It would allow the Agricultural Secretary to enter agreements with the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes and 5 others. Reberg says because of the tribe's locations, they can thin the forest faster than the federal government. Tribal officials also say the contracts would bring jobs to their reservations. Well, a Missoula church is raising money so an historic landmark can make music again. The pipe organ was built in the 20s and has deteriorated with time and no longer plays music. St. Paul's Lutheran Church is raising $350,000 to rebuild the organ. The church hopes to finish the organ by this time next year for concerts and recitals. Fundraising will continue until then.
We are hoping that people will be excited enough to commit to making a long-term commitment of payments for that. But we're selling T-shirts, we're selling cups, we're probably going to do a cookbook, an organic cookbook.
We wanted to have an organ that would be a quality instrument that would be a benefit to the community. This is just another way that we can reach out to the community.
In world news tonight, another mass grave is discovered in Iraq, and the Bush administration is still looking for weapons of mass destruction. NBC's Jennifer Johnson has our story from Washington.
Desperate relatives of the missing clawed and shoveled through yet another mass grave in Iraq, uncovering the remains of dozens of people, some found with blindfolds and hands tied. It's believed at least 45 people were buried here, executed in a 1991 Shiite Muslim uprising. U.S. troops are taking steps in Baghdad to protect themselves. Soldiers have been told not to buy drinks or cigarettes from street vendors for fear they may have been poisoned. Meanwhile, the Bush administration says it is continuing its search for illegal weapons.
I'm absolutely sure that there are weapons of mass destruction there, and the evidence will be forthcoming.
The search continues, too, for Saddam Hussein. The Bush administration says while Hussein's regime is dead, they still don't know what has happened to the Iraqi leader himself.
If I had to guess, I would suspect that he may very well be alive. They're either in a tunnel someplace or in a basement, hiding. We'll find him if he's alive.
As violence continues in many Iraqi cities, efforts are ongoing to get Iraqi police back on patrol. In Basra today, British troops joined Iraqi police back on the beat, one more step in stabilizing a post-war Iraq. And Sunday, more U.S. soldiers returned home from Iraq. About 70 airmen from Central Command came home to loved ones at Shaw Air Force Base in South Carolina.
Congress will get an update on the war and the rebuilding of Iraq in the next week or so, when the man who ran the war, General Tommy Franks, testifies on Capitol Hill. Jennifer Johnson, NBC News, Washington.
Coming up next, we'll have your latest sports and weather. Plus, someone is saving Ted Kaczynski's Montana cabin, but why? Stay tuned. You're watching NBC Montana.
Lincoln Mercury announces 0% financing for 60 months on all our SUVs. Lincoln Navigator, Lincoln Aviator, Mercury Mountaineer. Ideal for playtime, quiet time, and the bottom line. Only at your local Lincoln Mercury dealer, the domain of civilized SUVs. Now get 0% financing for 60 months or $3,000 cash back on every Lincoln and Mercury SUV. See your local Lincoln Mercury dealer today.
Got honeydews that need to get done in a hurry? The friendly, knowledgeable staff at Western Building Center will help you find all the interior products you need in record time, like exciting interior paint, new plumbing and fixtures, shelving, cabinets, ornamental molding, lighting, and much more, all with free delivery. Shopping at Western Building Center even saves you enough time for free coffee. We've got the product to fit any job at 9 convenient locations, so there's sure to be one in your neighborhood. Western Building Center, where the contractor shops, and so should you.
Grand times and grand savings are going on now during the grand event at Miracle Ear. Digital clarity, Miracle Ear's distinctive service, and up to $1,000 in savings? Now that's truly grand. Don't miss out on this grand opportunity. Call or visit us today. The Miracle Ear Grand Event ends May 21st.
Locations in Missoula, Hamilton, Kalispell, and Whitefish.
Quality banking through quality people.
We care about your needs.
We're just like you.
It's nice Heritage Bank understands.
Reliable checking.
Convenient online banking.
Easier loan processes.
We're here in Western Montana.
Helping you succeed.
By working together.
We're just like you.
Just like you.
Just like you.
You're watching the news at 10 on KCFW-9, the news leader.
Welcome back. This week, Ted Kaczynski's shed in Montana was granted a last-minute last chance. Now the shack stands unguarded, and we're learning more about the woman he left the cabin to. Ryan Yamamoto has more.
Yeah, it's like creepy, but I'll go, okay.
A tiny wooden shed standing 11 by 14 attracted the curious, like someone attending an open house.
It's got the pink insulation, fiberglass. I wouldn't mind having it in my backyard for a garden shed. At this point,
Would you buy it?
I'd make an offer.
The problem, it's not for sale and is no ordinary shed. Instead, for years, was the Montana home of a notorious serial bomber, Ted Kaczynski, who used the house to make his mail bombs, killing 3 and injuring 23. This is what it may have looked like when investigators found it. More than 600 items that link Kaczynski as the Unabomber. The cabin saw daylight after being locked in storage inside this Matherfield warehouse. It was supposed to be demolished until this announcement.
Due to last-minute legal issues, we cannot demolish the cabin today.
Those legal issues may have been brought by this woman, Charlotte Holdman.
I'm not going to be able to give you any information.
She was Kaczynski's psychiatrist and served on his defense team. The control of the cabin was given to her by Ted himself. So as the fate of the cabin remains in limbo, it now sits as a tourist attraction, an eerie one at best.
Yeah, that's my wife said when we first got here. She said, "Hey, this is weird." Yeah, but I'm glad I've seen it. I always wondered where it was at, you know.
Holdman told the U.S. Attorney's Office she won't make a profit off the cabin. However, it's unclear if and when she'll destroy it. There's also talk she'll dismantle it, which means it could appear somewhere else. Well, when can we expect sunshine again? Justin Sacher will be next to let you know. We'll be back after this.
Hey, buddy, we've got 0% financing, but what good is 0% financing if you don't have a great selection?
Come to Don K's Big Lot! We've got rows and rows of the lowest price Chevrolets from 0 to 60. That means 0% financing for 60 months on every Chevrolet.
No exception.
With
the Don K Factor
of no hassle buying, upfront appraisals, and the lowest prices. Now is the time to buy a new Chevrolet at Don K.
So what are you waiting for? Get on down to Don K's Big Lot. You can't miss it. Woo-hoo! Change those socks.
A Spring Air mattress is so comfortable. You'll be able to sleep through anything, except perhaps the call of nature. Such long-lasting comfort. It's just right. From Spring Air.
Available at Mattress Plus, where you'll always find prices better than sale prices elsewhere. Mattress Plus, for the best rest of your life.
They aren't thinking about bone mass. They've probably never heard of osteoporosis. They don't even realize they've been exercising. They just think milk goes good with cookies. Truth is, if started at a young age, exercise and calcium intake can improve bone health into adulthood.
It's never too young to think of your bone health.
We ran across each other by chance. I'm a radar operator, and I play the drums.
I drive the ship, I refuel at sea, I land helicopters, and I'm the lead guitarist in the blues band.
And hydraulic systems, mechanical systems, and pneumatical systems, they all interface together, boom, boom, boom. But on my off time, I prefer to play the piano.
I operate, maintain, and fire the Mark 86 gunfire control system. I also play saxophone, keyboard, and guitar.
I have to say, that's a tight group of guys.
Watch Montana Today, weekday mornings at 5:57, right here on KCFW-9.
Good evening, everyone. Rain falling across western Montana. Taking a look at what our weather watcher is reporting, 40 hundredths of an inch at Big Fork, but only 5 hundredths of an inch at Columbia Falls. Difference in temperatures, too, 41 and 58, 36 up to 60 as a high today in Big Fork. But taking a look west of Plains, St. Ignatius, only 4 degrees, the difference between high and low there, 50 and 54. More rain falling across the west central region as well. 32 hundredths of an inch in Evero and northwest Hamilton, and 20 hundredths of an inch in west of Plains and St. Ignatius. Taking a look at those temperatures as well, a bigger difference between 33 and 50, of course, than 50 and 54. Getting a little cooler in the southwest. Taking a look, east temperatures even dropping into the 30s and 20s. 24 as a low at the LH Ranch at Gold Creek, and 80 hundredths of an inch. That's 8/10 of an inch fell rain there. 39 and 54 is difference, and 33 to 56. Taking a look across the rest of the state, we do have a cold front boundary moving over about the middle section of the state right now, and you can see the temperature is staying very cool, even as a high temperature. Look at that in Cut Bank, a high of 32 today. Our high in Missoula, 56, 51, the official report out of Butte, and 57 in Bozeman. Other warmer temperatures across the east side of the state. You can see 57 in Glendive, got all the way up to 76 in Sydney, back behind me on the east side of the state, and 28 is our low in Gold Butte. Taking a look at temperatures right now at the freezing mark in Bozeman, 33 in Butte, 40 in Missoula, and 41 right now in Kalispell. Those cool temperatures, as I told you, we have that cold front right in the center of the state. Coolest part of the nation right now in Missoula, 40 degrees, 45 in Salt Lake City, a temperature update there. And as you can see, border of temperatures through the mid-United States right now. We're also seeing some of those showers. You can also see right over here in the northwest, the difference in rotation, kind of indicating where that frontal boundary is. More showers falling across the Midwest right now. You can see Chicago bombarded by some tough thunderstorms right now, including the state of Indiana, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, even Minneapolis seeing some of that thicker intensity of storms right now. Some of our rainfall turning into snow as those temperatures cool off. The Butte and Bozeman area, as we said, we're at the freezing mark. And on the eastern half of the state, you can see a little bit more intense activity, but that's ending at that frontal boundary that's midway through the state, and scattered showers behind it. So once you see that this mass, we'll take a closer look at that right now, this mass of showers that's been dropping these heavy rainfalls across the state right now, once that slowly dissolves its way out, we're just looking at sprinkled showers, and that's moving through the next couple days. What the surface map looks like, actually, here is that frontal boundary, and as cool air moves and we're seeing those showers come back at us from the other direction from the Pacific, a lot of this cool air boundary is just going to kind of fizzle itself out. So we're just looking for a chance of showers instead over western Montana. Our forecast tonight, isolated rain showers, 39 degrees in Kalispell as well as in Polson, warming up to the 50s just barely tomorrow, 51 in Kalispell as well as in Polson. We're going to see some rain, probably more so in the morning than in the afternoon, if any at all. 40 degrees tonight in Missoula, 41 in Hamilton. The rain continues as we saw that big mass on the radar, and we're also looking at it at 53 degrees tomorrow as our high. Before then, we're going to see a lot of that rain fall in the morning and very little of it in the afternoon. Snow continues to fall across the southwest, 34 degrees in Butte, 32 in Bozeman, and tomorrow the snow and rain does continue. There's just a chance of that to continue. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s there, and you can see 50s for the rest of the week as highs in our 7-day forecast.
All right, thanks, Justin. I can't believe we're the coldest spot in the nation.
Happens every once in a while.
Thanks. Coming up in sports, highlights from the NBA playoffs, Legion Baseball, and the UM Rodeo. All that and more, Josh Collier will be in next.
Hi, I'm Dan Hendrick, owner of Montana West Polysteel. The new Polysteel forms are here, and they're better than I ever imagined.
Choose post and beam or the new PS 4000 flat wall form. The new welded steel ties improve concrete consolidation, and the reversible tongue and groove design simplifies and speeds installation. The attachment studs are now recessed behind the foam, perfect for stucco and other bonded finishes. What would you rather attach your drywall and siding to, plastic or steel? Choose the strength of steel, Polysteel.
When it comes to babies, Heather Burnham, OB nurse at North Valley Hospital, knows firsthand that each delivery is a special experience for mom, baby, and their family.
I was born here at the hospital 27 years ago. In fact, I was the New Year's baby in 1976. North Valley Hospital really delivers when it comes to having babies, providing warm personal care to moms and their families.
A Better Life, brought to you by your friends at North Valley Hospital.
I'm Sergeant Dandy Lyon with another edition of Solved Mysteries. Jimmy made the biggest faux pas of his natural-born life. He forgot to send flowers from Woodland Floral on Mother's Day. Don't let this happen to you. Call Woodland Floral immediately and place your order for Mother's Day today. And remember, flowers from Woodland Floral say it best. And don't forget your mother.
This episode of Solved Mysteries has been brought to you by Woodland Floral.
Hello, Mommy. It's me, Danny.
A month of great expectations.
There ain't nothing in the world like a baby girl to make the act so funny.
Friends, 5 days a week.
Weekdays at 5 on KCFW-9. Watch the news at 6 weeknights right here on KCFW-9, the news leader.
Thanks for staying with us. Josh is in now with sports news. Josh, another day NBA playoffs.
Yeah, NBA playoffs. A couple of Game 7s going on tonight. Always exciting when it comes down to the final Game 7. We'll start with some local stuff, though, and this afternoon at the Western Montana Fairgrounds, the final college rodeo of the season. The UM Rodeo marks the end of the regular season for cowboys and cowgirls, but playoffs coming up in Bozeman at the end of the month. Still trying to position yourself for that. Bareback bronc riding and Dale Stoller of NMTC entering with a score of 69, put him in first place. And on Orphan Annie, the name of this bronc, and a score of 71 for him. Montana State University's Andy Bolich needs 79 points to win. He came in at second place and a nice ride here, but a score of 66, so he doesn't win it. Dale Stoller wins it in the bareback bronc riding. Steer wrestling, and this is T.J. Weatherby, a time of 4.7 seconds. Best time of the round for TJ in steer wrestling. Sean Downing came in at first with a time of 4.7 and another great time here, 5 seconds flat. And Sean Downing from Western Montana College takes the buckle, first place. Goat tying, Montana State University, Kirby Watt, fourth place at 9.9, coming in at time of 10.1 seconds. Here, that would tie Tara Krell of Dawson College for first place. Some good action this weekend at the University of Montana Rodeo, and as I mentioned, the playoff rodeo in Bozeman at the end of the month. American Legion Baseball this afternoon, the Missoula Mavericks at home for a doubleheader against the Billings Royals. The Mavs beat the Billings Scarlets yesterday in the first game of a doubleheader. The second game got rained out. No rain today. They got both games in, just plenty of wind. Bottom of the third in game 2, and this is 4-1 Royals, but the Mavs, Ross Raby delivers with the bases loaded. The RBI single scores 2 runs. And now it's a 4-3 game to the bottom of the fourth. Missoula trying to tie the game, and they would do so. Blake Honey at the plate, loops that one into right field, takes it the opposite way. The run comes in to score, and we're tied up 4 runs apiece in game 2 of the doubleheader. The Mavs took game 1. They were going for the sweep, but Billings wouldn't have it. In the top of the 5th, Chad Green singles to left. Willie Curtale comes in to score, and the Royals take a 5-4 lead, and then things got out of hand in the 6th inning. Billings with the bases loaded. Cole Helmer, the single into center field. Part of a 10-run inning for the Royals. They blow this one wide open, 16-4, the final in game 2, so the Royals don't get swept. Missoula wins the first one, 3-2. And one other local bit of information to pass along before we get to the NBA. Nicole Hunt of Deer Lodge today running in the Bloomsday race, the big race that takes place in Spokane. She finished 2nd among American women and 8th overall, so congratulations to Nicole Hunt of Deer Lodge, Montana, representing the Treasure State nicely in the Bloomsday run. NBA, they switched their first-round playoff format this year from the best-of-5 games to the best-of-7, and in 2 series this year, all 7 games were needed. We'll start in Detroit, where the Pistons hosting the Orlando Magic in the decisive Game 7. Tracy McGrady and the Magic led the series 3-1 at one point, but now the Pistons trying to come all the way back. Tracy in the first quarter, slicing to the rim and scores. It's a 1-point game. Detroit now, John Barry into the lane, dishes out to Tayshaun Prince, and that three is on the way and good. Pistons with a big lead, 48-36 in the first half to the third quarter. The rebound comes to Tracy McGrady, who sticks the three, 60-51. The Pistons, though, still up by 9, and Detroit would pull away. Big Ben Wallace with the defense, gets the steal, gives it up, give it back to Ben for the finish and the foul. Three-point play. Pistons up by 20, and you better watch out for the throw. Fourth quarter. More from Detroit. John Barry hits the off-balance runner off glass. Chauncey Billups also had 37 points for the Pistons. 108-93. Pistons advance. They are moving on in the playoffs. They will take on Philadelphia and Allen Iverson in the second round. In the other decisive seventh game today, the Dallas Mavericks, trying to avoid the biggest collapse in NBA playoff history. Mavs took the first 3 games of their series against the Portland Trailblazers, but since then, Portland has won 3 straight to force a decisive Game 7. The bulletin board says it's all about Will in the first quarter, all about Arvydas Sabonis with the dunk, 22-19 Blazers after the first quarter. In the second, Nick Van Exel, who had a big-time game today, 3 points there. Blazers, though, still up by 2. Steve Nash, one of the many offensive weapons that the Dallas Mavericks possess. Baseline reverse layup there. And we're all tied up at the half at 45 to the third quarter. Up top for Rasheed Wallace on the alley-oop. Bonzi Wells, the nice feed. Blazers up by 2 after 3. To the fourth quarter we go. Portland down 1. Make it up 2. Rasheed Wallace, big three-point basket with under 5 minutes to play. Gives Portland the lead, but Dirk Nowitzki would not have any of it. Jump shot over Wallace. Good. 95-93. Mavs up 2, and then give it to Dirk one more time. Nash to Nowitzki for 3, and that's a big bucket there. 31 points for Nowitzki. The Mavs made it interesting in this series, but they hold on. 107-95 victory. Dallas will now face Sacramento in round 2. Playoffs continue tomorrow night. Celtics and Nets, and the Lakers and Spurs.
Well, good for the Mavs. Might be a little partial.
Are you a little bit? I could kind of tell. Mavericks, man, they made it a lot more interesting than they probably needed to, but they're moving on.
Thanks, Josh. We'll be right back after this.
Kalispell Beauty Products, where you'll find the best variety of hair care products. Nioxin, Paul Mitchell, Redken, Lonza, Nexus, and glamorous wigs starting at $49.95. A purchase of $9.95 or more enters you into a drawing for a mountain bike. For the best variety in beauty care, you'll find it at Kalispell Beauty Products, 200 East Idaho, next to Napa.
Are you a loving senior who enjoys helping children grow? Do you have time in your life to volunteer? The Foster Grandparent Program needs you. Our children need your love, wisdom, and experience to grow, gain confidence, and become productive members in the community. Become a foster grandparent. You may discover you hold the key to a child's heart and mind. The Area 6 Agency on Aging's Foster Grandparent Program, where love grows.
We wish to reward one incredible mother by presenting Montana Today's Great Mother's Day Giveaway. Viewers, we ask you to tell us a heartwarming story why your mother is so special by writing or emailing us at these addresses, and your mom could win a $30 gift certificate from We Montana Bakery, a $50 gift certificate from Columbia Nursery, a $50 gift certificate from Southside Consignment, and a $175 gift certificate from Kalispell Center Mall. Entries due no later than noon, Monday, May 5th, and we'll announce the winner on Montana Today, Thursday the 8th.
Do you ever walk in the woods? Do you ever wonder what types of plants you could eat? Do you ever wonder if the animal who left those tracks might eat you? No need to wonder anymore. Critterman Summer Edition, News from the Woods, is now available. Not only do you get this VHS tape full of outdoor knowledge, but wait, you'll also get this handsome carrying case. That's the Critterman Summer Edition, VHS tape, handsome carrying case, and priceless knowledge for only $14.95. Mail in $14.95 and $4 shipping and handling for Critter Summer episodes to the address on your screen, or stop in the KCFW-TV. Springtime episodes are still available.
Well, it's springtime, and that means the birds are chirping, the flowers are blooming, and the squirrels, well, they're water skiing. Meet Twiggy, the water skiing squirrel. Twiggy comes down from her tree to do 3 shows a day all weekend long. And she's an old pro. She does boat shows across the country, encouraging people to wear life vests. As for Twiggy's equipment, that's a miniature radio-controlled boat that goes about 6 miles an hour. On a side note, Twiggy's trainer also taught miniature ponies, French poodles, an armadillo, and a toad frog to water ski. That's impressive.
He just goes around in a circle, though. I mean, big deal.
I think I saw them out on Flathead Lake a couple weeks ago.
I'm not impressed. He just goes in a circle.
Not even
There were no
swallowing.
jumps. There was nothing there.
I agree. Thanks for joining us this evening. Have a great night.
Inside's the difference. It's what's inside that makes the difference. Between just handling the road, attack, and scorching the pavement. Between just moving and riding curves like you're on rails. Between just going and tearing the wind in half. The 227 horsepower, turbocharged, all-wheel drive Subaru WRX. Subaru, driven by what's inside.
Are you in charge of planning or attend meetings outside of Montana? Are you concerned with the inconvenience and rising cost of air travel? Solution? VisionNet. VisionNet can help you have a face-to-face conversation, one-on-one, or in a large group setting, using crystal clear audio-visual fiber optic technology. Because VisionNet is available in Montana and 3,500 other locations in the U.S. and around the world, you'll save money on travel, meals, and accommodations. Call VisionNet. The future of business meetings is here today.
Serenity, comfort, peace of mind. They're more than just words. At Colonial Manor in Whitefish, they're a way of life, with a friendly, caring staff that provides 24-hour care, including physical, occupational, speech, and respiratory therapy. Colonial Manor offers a variety of activities for its residents, helping them to lead happy and rewarding lives. They also provide rehabilitative services and have private Medicare suites available. Plus a scenic view with a fenced yard and walking paths. Colonial Manor in Whitefish, where caring counts.